Well, hello, good afternoon, and welcome to BBRC Britain and English. Well, thank you very much for joining me here today. Well, after the exposition in London, which I arrived back from a few days ago, and I hope you enjoyed the videos, I just thought I'd give you a bit of a debrief about the trip and about perhaps a bit more information about if you want to visit London. Now, I did mention on some of the videos about planning your trip. Make sure you do consider where you want to go, the restaurants, where you want to be, certainly any museums or art galleries or whatever else. There are a lot of places to visit in London. You'll need to allow a bit more time. Certainly I met a French couple who were staying a couple of days, so I'm sure they'll want to come back. So do assume to, well, basically allow some more time because presumably you'll need more time. Notice the two words there, assume and presume. You may need about 4 or 5 days to visit the places. The Westfield Shopping Centre, you've got Harrods as well, Knightsbridge, and I did mention about other places of interest and tourist attractions. And of course Parliament Square and those places where you walk around, just to have a look at the sights there on the Thames, the river, and Buckingham Palace. And I do hope you enjoyed the videos there. May I just extend a special welcome to the new viewers and new viewers that I met in London who were told a little bit about this channel and some of the you people that I met, and we talked and had a bit of a social, well, bit of an interaction there, especially the French couple there, and there's a few people I think from the Philippines and China, to name a few. So I think I met about 10 or 15 people talking in general that I did mention this because I thought they might be interested, but I don't tell that many people. I do if I think they're interested. Now, I've got something slightly different here today. I'd just like to talk to you about British banking. Now, you may like to set up a bank account if you come to England. You might have an international bank account. You may better use the facilities here. But I'd just like to say about the banking at this the current stage with the modern technology. Well, just to say, I've got a contactless card here. Now, that's my old card. It's now expired in the last few days. It's been on the big major banks now. It was a building society at one time. A few years ago, it became a bank. That's the Halifax Bank of Scotland. And you've got the other banks being Barclays, HSBC, which used to be called Midlands many years ago. Then it was taken over by Hong Kong and Shanghai Banking Corporation. You've got Lloyds Bank, and then you have NatWest. So there's Barclays, Lloyds, HSBC and NatWest, the big four. And there's also a few more now in the market. I think it's Metro, I think Australian, and there's a few others as well. But this is Halifax. You've also got some building societies. Now, the cards, chip and pin and contactless these days. There's now a new one out, which is totally different, which removes most of the information there. And it's not on the front anymore. Certainly with Halifax, and I think they're probably all changing to make them more secure. The back, as you can see, it's all signed there. There we are. You might be able to see that sign there. And I've covered over the confidential details there as well. This is a Visa card. And there we are. Basically shows it's contactless as well with the symbol there. That's a British bank card. Whereas the new one, there we are, what it's like, very different way around, and it's also quite minimalist in the information given on the front there. A little bit of information on the back, which I won't show for obvious security reasons. Well, if you'd like to know any more, do let me know. I hope you enjoyed this short session. And I say it wasn't too bad in London. The weather wasn't too bad for the first 2 days, but the other 2 days it was quite wet and overcast, as you might have seen on the videos. So apologies for the weather being quite bad then. Well, we're now in the meteorological spring, hoping for some better weather. Although traditionalists may say, well, spring starts a bit later in March, but it's always about the first for the meteorological spring, certainly with the weather forecast and everything else. But I must say it has been bright today as well. So hopefully it'll be nicer as the time goes on, and as I show you some more places as the time allows. Well, I'd also like to point out to some of you who are Christian and some of you perhaps who are not, that we're now into Lent, which lasts for 40 days. We've had Shrove Tuesday and Ash Wednesday. And of course, Maundy Thursday and Good Friday come at the end of Lent. Well, I'd also like to say that on the 9th of March, it'll be a year since I started doing these English video sessions. So we might have a little party or something slightly different. So I hope you'll join join me then. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you now. Bye-bye.